63-year-old diabetic who was apparently suffering a low blood sugar episode, being confused, went into a gas station and, believing himself to be the owner of the store, grabbed beer and milk and then went outside and began to drink them. The actor
Beer and milk is the craziest combo I ever heard. Now that's different. At the same time? Nah, his ass tripping. Look at his face. He tripping. Nah.
actual store owner called the police
You
seeking
a
help for the man,
diabetic drinking
believing him
beer?
to be suffering some sort of mental emergency. But when the police arrived, they immediately went hands-on, trying to grab the man's beer, and then just body slammed this elderly diabetic man onto the concrete ground.
Who slammed his dumb ass?
How's
Yo,
that,
they
bud?
just slam old folks.
You feel better now?
Taunting him, pulling his arm behind his back, trying to cause him pain, arrested
Nah.
him, violently throwing him into the back of the police car.
Damn.
How's that, bud?
Got his socks in the air. His socks dirty as hell.
And then, realizing that the man is diabetic,
I think he's diabetic.
So we need an ambulance.
they called the paramedics and their supervisor.
We think he's diabetic. He's been drinking. He's under arrest.
The paramedics said that the man immediately needed to go to the hospital,
So he got to go to the hospital and get cleared anyway.
EMS is saying he needs to go to the hospital.
but the cops said no,
Shaved
Fine to me. We'll let the EMS at the jail try to take him out.
so the paramedics left without the elderly man who was suffering an apparent medical emergency.
Oh my God, he's suing. He gonna have so much money after this, and it's on YouTube with 1 million views. Oh yeah, he's suing.
Then, when the supervisor got there, the cop said nothing about the medical emergency and then lied about
Of
the
course
man
not.
allegedly throwing his beer on them,
So I run up and grab him. He
Of course.
blows the beer in the air. We all get soaked.
which is easily disproven by the video footage. So instead of medical help, this man got violence.
I don't
instead,
know. He
and
did
then a
throw that
bunch
beer
of criminal
everywhere.
charges. And now,
I
in just
don't
a
know.
few days, this man is facing a trial for which he may be looking at years in prison.
Years? For what?
As we go into this new
No.
year, there will be more data breaches than
Why does he get slammed and get years? Hey, nah, this is some racist shit. Hell no.
ever before. Have you ever used DoorDash? Well, on November 13th, DoorDash confirmed a data breach that exposed the names, email addresses, phone numbers, and physical addresses of an undisclosed number of its users, including customers, dashers, and
Hold on, I just
This
used
can and
DoorDash.
will happen
Whoa.
to you. You're at even more risk when you have
Whoa.
exposed personal information on the internet. And that's why I recommend setting up an account with the sponsor of today's video, Incogni. Incogni tracks down
DoorDash, I'm gonna whoop y'all. I'm gonna whoop y'all ass.
and removes your personal data from multiple sites, including online directories, people search sites, and even commercial databases.
There's so many
This
data
process
breaches.
is
I don't
fully
even want to
automated,
sign
so
up
it
for
will
nothing.
continuously
Everything
remove
got
your
a data
data
breach.
from those places. As of today, Incogni has removed my personal information in 812 different places online. But I
Damn,
also
you
use
was
the custom
everywhere.
removal feature
Shit.
available in the unlimited plan and the family unlimited plan to
Alright,
take
we
down
skipping
almost
past this now.
everything. Before we get into it, I don't have any independent documentation other than what I've seen on online court records or communication with any of the individuals involved here. So my disclaimer is that all I know is from what I see and what I've read in the description on Long Ranger's video. This incident occurred in Ocala, Florida, and involves the Ocala Police Department. This occurred on September 8th of 2025 and involves this guy, Rodney Sebastian Harmon, who I'm approximating is around 63 years old due to just blurry glimpses I saw of his ID. He is definitely a diabetic. I don't believe that's disputed. And just looking at his criminal history, it appears that he has
Whoa.
maybe a history of long-term homelessness, which is consistent with what we see in
Definitely.
this video. So according to the
All them
original video
trespassing, yeah, he
description,
homeless
the
for
reason
sure.
that the Ocala police officers arrived at this convenience store was because the owner of the store called them because this guy Rodney walked into the store. You can see that he's confused in this video. He claims to be the owner of the convenience store. He grabs some beer and he grabs some milk and then he walks out.
Is he confused or is he trolling? Like that's the part I don't know. Is he drunk? There's no way you just assume you are the owner of a store. There's no way.
Outside onto the store's front porch, and he begins to drink those products without ever paying for them. Now, the store owner calls the cops, but doesn't want to press charges. He says that he's worried about the guy's mental health. So 2 officers with the Ocala Police Department arrive. First, the female officer arrives, and she is the one who first approaches Rodney. And as she's approaching, Rodney cracks open his can of beer and begins to drink it.
How are you? So what's going on today?
And she almost immediately goes hands-on and grabs his arm. And it does not go well from there.
Dummy wanna die.
Why?
You wanna die.
Why does he want to die?
You don't wanna live.
What are we drinking this morning?
He said he don't want to live. Shit, if he don't want to live, it got to be the other option. There's only one other option, baby.
You're not
If you
drinking it.
touch it, you're gonna have a mark on you.
That's not
I know that's not his beers over there
Nice.
to the left. I know that's not his setup over there. Nah, he's drunk. He got that's a Four Loco, and I can't even tell what else, but he is drunk for sure.
Touch it. I want it.
why you
Now
want to
touch
hurt me. Why?
Now touch it.
Why?
The female officer immediately assumes that Rodney was threatening her when he said that she would have a mark.
You're not
If you
drinking it.
touch it, you're gonna have a mark on you.
Perhaps that is a reasonable implication, knowing nothing else about the situation, but I don't think it was a threat, as you'll see later on. I think it was related to his confusion. I think it was more of a religious comment.
Well, that's not very nice. Put marks on people.
You got the mark. You gonna die and you're gonna go to hell. You see that?
Oh yeah, he
In any
talking.
event,
Yeah,
she
he's
takes it as a
gone.
threat, and then here comes the male officer, like in to basically white knight.
He
the
think he a
situation,
prophet.
and it goes from bad to worse.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, God. God.
Y'all rather go to hell.
Ah! He's got my leg. Give me a leg. Give me an arm.
Damn. Oh my lord. Slammed him like prime WWE. SmackDown versus Raw. Gave him
Then here
straight
comes the
SmackDown
male
though.
officer, like in to basically
Run
white
that
knight
back.
the situation, and it goes from bad to worse.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, God. God.
Look right here. Y'all had him on the wall. Put him in cuffs. That's all she wrote. Put him in cuffs. Right there. Put him in cuffs.
Ah! He's got my leg. Give me a leg. Give me an arm.
He was resisting though, and I'm not gonna lie. He might have had mental issues, but you are resisting.
Bud, how's that? How's that, bud? You feel better now? You feel better for fighting us for no reason? Now you got me covered in beer for what?
How can it be locked?
There's no reason. You just stole a gallon of milk. And you're drinking beer.
So the male officer comes in and almost immediately grabs this 60-whatever-year-old man, picks him up in the air from behind, and slams him onto the concrete, just probably barely missing the man's head from slamming into the ground.
Ooh, I don't know. Nah, his head definitely hit the ground. His head, let's call it what it is. It definitely hit the
And as
ground.
many of you know, I've done more than one video showing basically this identical scenario where the subject was either killed or very seriously injured. This is a very serious use of force, borderline deadly force.
Could have
because there's a
paralyzed him
very
for
real
sure.
possibility if you strike that person's head into the asphalt, especially where their hands are not available to shield their fall, there's a very real possibility of killing or very seriously injuring somebody doing that. And as this male officer is
They don't care. They trying to look tough.
like celebrating like he just sacked a quarterback during a football game,
Ground man, bud. Let's go to the ground man, bud. How's that?
Bullied in high school. That's all I can say.
How's that, bud? You feel better now?
As he's doing this, what's he telling the guy? Well, you were drinking a beer and you stole some milk.
You just stole a gallon of milk. And you're drinking beer.
And you were being disrespectful. So as of right now, those are the criminal allegations against this man. That
It's
have been
crazy
told to
because
him.
that
As
little
for
kid
why
that
he
said,
was
I want to
just
grow up and be
body
a cop,
slammed onto the
turned
ground.
out to be
As
this
I've explained
motherfucker
many
right
times,
here.
courts analyze whether or not force used by police officers, whether or not it's excessive, by looking at the 3 gram factors. And the very first gram factor is whether or not it's a serious crime that the person is suspected of having committed. So here we have the questionable if crime of drinking a beer like right in front of this place. Now the sign in front of the building he's standing under, ironically, says that it's illegal. Is it illegal? I'm not a Florida lawyer. I don't know.
I just noticed he's right under the sign. You don't give a fuck.
Doesn't really matter for my purposes because even if it is
Oh,
illegal,
man.
it's undisputed that it would be a very, very minor crime, not deserving of a very severe level of force being used. Being disrespectful to a police officer or anyone else is not a crime at all. And not paying for beer or milk, okay, very minor crime. None of that would justify using a very substantial amount of force.
That's so shit. That's my motherfucking shit.
He was resisting, though. I can't deny that part
I
either.
own the whole store. I own you.
What is your name, hon?
Carmen Jesus.
Carmen Jesus.
Carmen Jesus face. The first, the last.
I don't think I'm going to find that in
The
David.
first,
The first and the
and
last.
always.
Carmen Jesus. You heard him. He is hilarious.
Y'all got the mark on you.
Look like he got a cross tattoo right there, too.
At my own store. How you gonna bogart me or something I was born with?
Have you taken any drugs today?
You know something?
Huh.
Y'all both of y'all got a mark on you.
Well, that's not very nice. Put marks on people.
Just cause you got on that uniform, you got the mark. You gonna die and you gonna go to hell. You see that? Yeah.
It just blows my mind that
Oy.
in video after video I've done involving elderly people being arrested or confronted by police officers, they continuously accuse the individual of being on drugs.
Do you take any kind of medication or something? No, your pupils are very, very, very tiny, pinpointed. Can you look up in the air for me?
I don't drink. I don't drug.
Go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back for me. You got cocaine in your nose.
Man, that's a lie. That's a lie. Don't know.
It never crosses
Oh my God, man. This Pop saying stuff like that and them just being able to say, I smelled weed. Nothing pisses me off more in life. Nothing more.
their mind that the individual could be suffering from dementia or could be suffering from low blood sugar and be a diabetic. It's always either drugs or you're just some criminal disrespecting me. And instead of recognizing the obvious that this man had dementia, that he was confused,
Let
they
it be your
repeatedly
grandpa, though.
accuse him
Let
of
it
being
be your grandpa,
intoxicated,
and then it'd
and
be a
not just
problem.
physically, but verbally abused this poor guy.
How much you had to drink today?
Get this off, it hurts my hand.
How much have you had to drink today?
Come on, this is hurting my hand. It seems it's getting off. Please get it off.
Sir, how much have you had to drink today?
My wife is in here.
I'm not asking about your wife.
Damn, let's get this
I'm
off.
asking
This
about
is
how
hurting
much you
my
had to
hand.
drink.
Oh, God, it hurts
I hope
my
these
hand.
cops get fired. Do
Here,
your
it
homework
seems
on
extremely
fire.
obvious that this guy is confused. And again, he's making these religious connotations about you're marked because you're wearing a uniform and you're going to hell and so on.
Well, that's not very nice. Put marks on people.
Just cause you got on that uniform, you got the mark. You gonna die and you gonna go to hell. You see that? Yeah.
And they're completely oblivious to the fact that this guy is having a mental episode of some sort, and they're taking it as threats still. And with diabetics in particular who are suffering an episode of low blood sugar, it's very common for them to not only be confused, but to also be combative. And this individual continues to be that way as they take him handcuffed back to the police car. Whatever he's suffering in his mind, he's trying to physically resist their efforts at bringing him to the police car. But they get him there, and then the
I mean, what else
male
can they do at this part though? Like he's clearly resisting though. At this point.
officer, I guess his adrenaline is going once more, and basically he's going to engage in yet another football celebration as he shoves this elderly, handcuffed, diabetic man into the back of his police car, then boom, slamming the door.
How's that, bud?
What in your face?
He did not slam that door, buddy. Nah, that was not a slam. A slam was what the fuck happened on that concrete. Nah, that was a slam.
What a pair we are.
I got beer all over me.
Me too.
I seen him grab your hand and bow up. I was like, uh-oh.
259513. Hey, will you watch him while I go get information?
Yeah, he's got no further one on him.
Okay.
And then the female officer goes inside the store. She speaks with the store owner, and she's basically almost shocked to hear that the guy doesn't want to press any charges for the milk and the beer that the guy didn't pay for. And the store owner further explains
Why
that he
wouldn't
was
you?
just
That's like
concerned that this guy
$5.
was having a mental episode or that he was crazy, and he was concerned about his well-being.
I need a name. I need a pen.
Yes.
Was he already trespassed?
He was long time
Okay.
ago.
Alright. You saw him, who saw him steal the beer and the drink?
Yeah, we both.
Both. Can I get your name, please?
Yeah.
How much was the milk?
Yeah, just
And the
$5
beer.
and 163. But, that's not the point.
I
Just
told
it's
y'all
crazy
about
because
$5. Come on now.
You don't want him charged for the, you know, we just fought him, right?
Huh?
We just fought him in the parking lot.
He's nuts. He was saying this was his store. He can take whatever he wants.
Okay.
So then she walks outside and she talks to her colleague, and they're both sort of disappointed that the store owner doesn't
That's
want
what
to
I'm
press
saying. Like, you wanted to press charges? Like, just get them for what y'all got them for. You don't need to worry about that other stuff.
any charges because they just kind of hurt this guy. So now they sort of brainstorm about, well, what are we going to charge him with now?
They don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything.
He's still an open container.
He still fought us.
Yeah, he's still resisting. Then he gets active. I think that's a felony.
Well, I think.
What are you doing? Shit. Huh? Go for shit. Okay, buddy.
That's what you is.
Okay.
Go for shit. Oh, everybody.
They
go.
want a Baker Act, is what they want.
Do you paramedics in your house?
No, you do.
Why does he have the door open still trolling that old
Maybe
man?
if they can clean our uniforms.
Just gotta get some baby wipes or something. I smell like beer.
Yeah. Look, it's all down my pants.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's all over you too.
Hey, now we can go drinking and they won't know.
And this is about where they realize that Rodney is a diabetic, that they just body slammed and arrested this diabetic guy. Oops, that's probably why he's saying all this crazy stuff. So they do call for paramedics at that point.
At least they
and
call for the
also call
paramedics,
for
like-
a supervisor.
At least they did something.
I don't know what those are. He's got his own bag.
Okay. How convenient.
I think he's diabetic.
So we need an ambulance. He is a diabetic.
Yes, I don't know if he is, but he's got the.
2595 account. Can you run us an ambulance? Possible subject's diabetic. I'm on 3.
That's wrong, too. That's my birthright.
Pull my glove off and see what that is. He's got a whole prescription.
He said that gas station is birthright.
They're new.
That's his liquor store.
Sertraline.
It's prescribed to him as long as it's.
Solo.
895.
I'll get it.
Ooh, y'all know what's in that safe right there, too. Y'all know what's in that safe.
No, I said didn't. I thought you asked.
Oh. Okay. I'm working on it. 2595 account. Can you send us a supervisor, please?
And that's when the folks who actually need to be there, the Ocala Fire Rescue, arrive on the scene. The officer who had violently slammed Rodney down to the ground asks the paramedics who arrived to check out Rodney to make sure that he's okay.
We think he's diabetic. He's been drinking. He's under arrest. You can just check him out. He's on this side.
It'd be easier for you guys to go to the other side.
And then after checking Rodney out, they tell the cops that Rodney needs to go to the hospital immediately.
So he got to go to the hospital and get cleared anyway because he admitted to drinking.
No, his drink's all over me.
Do some vitals on him.
At one point, it's mentioned that Rodney is signal 20.
He's also signal 20.
Whatever. Which apparently means that he is possibly intoxicated. He had been drinking. So for a diabetic, that means he needs to go to the hospital immediately. Obviously, the officers knew that he was drinking. The paramedics knew that Rodney was drinking, which also, by the way, means that Rodney is not in a condition to decline medical treatment here. He has to be taken to the hospital. So what does the same officer who violently slammed Rodney onto the ground say in response to this? He basically says, well, no, we're not going to take him to the hospital. We'll just take him.
Whoa, whoa, buddy. You do not get to decide that one. Who gave him the permission to do something like that? Wicked.
The jail and let the jail EMS deal with it.
Wicked.
I'm cute. But we gotta check your blood. Can we check your blood, please?
EMS is saying he needs to go to the hospital.
It's going to be over.
That's what they said.
All right.
What they give you? What's your
Ricochet Rabbit.
Ricochet Rabbit? Like, what is he talk? Man, take him to the ER.
How fast can you say Ricochet Rabbit?
Fine to me. We'll let the EMS at the jail try to take him out.
How many?
Thanks, guys.
Now, you called that.
Put your feet back in there since you don't want them to help you out.
Come on, Rodney. Rodney, come back inside the car.
Feet for me, bud. Thank you.
I own this shit.
Ocala Fire Rescue then leaves the scene without their patient due to no fault or choice of their own. And then the Ocala Police Department supervisor for these two officers arrives on the scene. And so the two officers then tell the supervisor everything that happened. Well, almost.
Almost.
You smell like beer?
And it's not coming from my mouth. I don't drink beer. I don't really drink at all, actually.
Well,
probably should, but I don't.
You can listen for yourself, but I don't hear anywhere where they mention that this guy is having a possible diabetic episode or that the store owner has reported that he's having a mental emergency. Nor do they apparently mention that Ocala Fire Rescue said that the guy needs to go straight to the hospital. Instead, there's basically
conveniently left that
cover
part
our
out.
own asses meeting between these three officers where they discuss the fact like, all right, there was a violent use of force. What are we going to charge this guy with? And so the female cop
I'm
goes
surprised they
first,
left the body
and she
cams
doesn't
on.
mention anything about Rodney physically assaulting her or battering her in any way. She just has a beef about the fact that he was drinking a beer when she arrived.
So this guy opened a beer in front of me. I was like, what are you drinking? I'm taking it from you. And then he's like bowed up, and then he came in, he got thrown on the ground. Not him, this guy. And basically he sold food. They don't want to do anything about the stuff he sold. However, he was trespassed from here in 2018. So he's got open container. He's got resisting. He's got
2018, so he been at this for a minute. That's 8 years ago.
trespass.
And open container.
Open container, can I say that?
You might, I mean, you can, they'll know what they do from 2018.
Oh, well, that's what I was
But you still have the open container. Where did it happen over here?
right there in the corner.
Then perhaps sensing that that explanation wasn't good enough, the male officer then steps in and gives a more descriptive alleged justification for the violence that he used against Rodney.
Yeah, I pulled up. She approaches him to talk to him, and he like she tries to take the beer from him. He takes his hand away. She tries to grab the beer. He grabs her hand like this, and he says, "If you touch me, I'm gonna fight you."
And while he is correct that the video footage does show that
I don't remember him
Rodney
saying that.
did, after his
Did he
arm
say
or
that?
his beer was grabbed by the female officer, he did grab her wrist.
That's not nice.
Touch it. I want it.
Why? You
Now
want to
touch
hurt me?
That was accurate. But then the officer goes on to allege
Ooh-wee.
that after that happened, Rodney threw his beer on the two officers.
So I run up and grab him. He throws the beer in the air. We all get soaked.
And we can see on the dash cam footage that that was clearly false.
Yeah, you
Rodney
knocked it out his
never
hand.
intentionally threw his beer on
Yeah,
these two police
don't.
officers.
Yeah,
It was
nah.
because they grabbed his arm.
And I'm so glad we got body cams. Cause this shit entertaining, and I get to see the truth. It's the best of both
in
worlds.
which he was holding the beer.
It's the
and
best
they
of both
caused it to
worlds around
spill.
here.
Then, based on what he was told, the supervisor then says, well, two charges apply. One is resisting with violence for Rodney putting his hand on the female officer's wrist, and then for allegedly throwing his beer on the officers. That then qualifies for the more serious felony battery on an officer charge.
So doing battery on Leo and resisting with violence. It's two separate things. If you try to grab him and he grabs you,
I don't know. Did he grab me?
He grabs your wrist like this.
he's resisting with violence.
That's
I don't
why.
know.
if
He
he
was
throws the
tripping.
beer-
He
if
was
he
doing this
throws
to
the
my
beer
leg
on you
when we were trying to
guys.
walk him, and
Yeah, if
he
throws
kept
the
wrapping
beer
his
on you
leg around
guys,
mine. And
Yeah, he was
Does he
kicking
need
us.
medical at all?
So I already showed you the dash cam view of the alleged beer throwing. So let's look at the female officer's body cam. It provides a closer view of Rodney's hand that was holding the beer.
I want it.
why? You
Now
want to
touch
hurt me? Why?
Now touch it.
Why?
Touch
Why?
it. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, nah. She
I
got
mean, I
full
guess
control of
there
his
is
arm.
some argument that Rodney could have sort of flicked his wrist slightly towards the male officer as the beer was spilling. I suppose
Maybe.
there's at least something there that a jury could look at and say, well, maybe he
Yeah.
sort of intentionally spilled the beer in one
Yeah.
direction. I don't know. Let me
Yeah.
know what you think watching that footage. I think it's actually
That's a
pretty
good point.
absurd to
That is a
try to
good
get
point.
that guy on a felony charge of battery on a police officer for allegedly spilling his beer in the wrong direction, however you see that footage. So then the supervisor basically just directs the female officer to go ahead and take Rodney to jail and book him. And from the records, it appears that Rodney spent quite a bit of time in jail after that arrest.
How long? How long he was in jail?
He's refusing
Oh, there he came
anything.
and
But
And somebody let me know down below how long he was in jail.
he's also signal 20.
whatever. They got a room for him. Yeah, room for battery and resisting with.
With
Even if he's telling you, if you do that, I'm gonna
no, I don't.
fill in the blank.
Okay, I'll take it. All right, I'm going. You need me for anything?
I'll watch the video.
So looking at the publicly accessible court records in Marion County, Florida, it looks like there were 3 criminal charges filed against Rodney. One,
Battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting possession of an open container. Boy, does it say how long he was in there though? Nah,
was
at
the
least a
felony
month though.
battery against a police officer, which I think, according to the supervisor, is for allegedly throwing the beer on the officers. And also the charge for resisting with violence, which, again, according to the supervisor, was for grabbing the female officer's wrist. And also a charge of open container or something like that. Now, the court records show that the open container charge and the resisting with violence charge were dismissed by the prosecutor, leaving only the felony battery against a police officer charge. So if my understanding is correct, the only thing he's facing criminally now is the allegation that he intentionally and feloniously threw beer on these 2 police officers, which
Oh yeah, Rodney beating this case. He beating this one.